Welcome to the Flights of the Round Table podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is episode 52 of the Flights of the Round Table. And we're going to kick this bad boy off like Christian Pulisic getting kicked in the nuts on the way to leading the USA into the round of 16, baby. Let's go. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
I'm doing great.
Yesterday was an American day.
It was.
It was.
It was a real American. And R.I.P. to Pulisic's nutsack.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, that goal honestly was worth a shot to the penis.
It was.
Man.
I mean, honestly, like, you know, if he knew in advance, right? If there was like a fortune teller that told him, listen, you are going to get an opportunity to score this goal. It's going to take you to the round of 16, but you will have to sacrifice a shot to the nuts. Are you taking it? He'll probably think about it because, I mean, like, honestly, we'd all think about it is what it is. But you take it 100%.
As long as it's not,
I think so.
My nuts exploding, I'm taking the shot.
Yeah, but he took a full knee, and not just the
he took a
cap. He
knee.
took, and it was like the guy was flying forward too. So it was the momentum of the flying forward with him coming into the knee. It's like a fucking head-on collision.
You remember
I'm
in
saying
Fairly
nutsack.
Odd Parents, the villain, the bronze kneecap? Someone
yeah.
needs to make that meme with the Iranian goalie.
Yeah, I agree. And then the question is pop nut or no pop nut? Because
No, but so you know what was kind of weird though? I saw a video of like the U.S. team going into their hotel lobby after the game.
Yeah.
And Pulisic was waiting at the end of the line, but with a brace, like a cast for his arm and a sling. Like what happened to his arm in the process? He like hurt his arm and his nutsack.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Those Qatari doctors, man.
Yeah, they're like, my friend, you have broken arm and busted nutsack.
Oh, that's good. Guys, who do you think would win in a fight? 2 polar bears or 1 tiger?
2 polar bears.
Yeah.
2 polar bears.
Those things are so mean.
That easy?
Yes.
Yeah, do you know what? Even if that tiger tried to bite the polar bear,
The other
I don't
one's
even
Those
think
claws,
No.
he'd be like,
I don't even think it's going to go through the polar bear skin. They're so thick there. I really don't think the teeth will go
thicker
through.
than a bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah, and so the thing is, like, the tigers also live in cold weather, right? Polar bears live in cold weather.
Wait,
so,
the tiger lives in cold weather?
in Russia?
Siberian,
tiger?
sure.
Okay, is that we're talking about Siberian
It
tigers
doesn't
now?
matter, really. Honestly, it's too.
It certainly
So
does.
all I'm saying is there's no advantage like to the tiger whatsoever. The tiger, I think a
It's
polar bear,
quicker.
if they stand on 2 feet, is like 12 feet tall.
And that's when you go for the kill?
That's a 12-foot monster, and you have 2 of them against a fucking tiger. No.
Those things are also very. My dad told me there were people at the Erie Zoo where he grew up that drunkenly tried to jump into the polar bear pit. Well, they would die.
They would die, yeah.
But those things are very territorial.
If
so
you do that, I'm sorry. You have whatever's coming to you coming. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, we make them to be such nice animals. Remember like the Coca-Cola commercials where they're just sliding around, sipping Cokes?
R.I.P. Harambe, paying homage.
Yeah.
They are always sliding around sipping Cokes.
Okay, if that's too easy, then let's say the tiger calls his friend and he gets the hippo to come with him. We got a giant hippo and a tiger versus the 2 polar bears.
Yeah.
polar
Now-
bears. Polar bears.
Nope.
Yep.
No.
A hippo bite.
Yeah.
A hippo bite.
Yeah, I'm taking hippo now. Hippos kill the most people in Africa out of any animal.
That's false.
No, it's not false.
I just looked it up the other day.
Yeah, did you?
You're so
Really?
full of shit.
I actually sent it to you too. In
What
the
is it then?
In an Instagram
a
thing.
mosquito.
Oh,
No,
I don't look at
actually,
those.
elephants this year.
Of this year, but historically it's always been a hippo.
Maybe not, but maybe, yeah. It
Well-
could be right, could be not.
Okay.
But they're close. But this year for
A
sure.
hippo, because like
Hippos.
the polar bear,
Or not.
like the other things, right? They kill you by like biting your neck. I'm pretty sure that's how they kill you, right?
Oh, that's just a one bite and you're done. You're
Right,
just
but how are you
whipping
going to
around.
one bite a hippo with
That's-
a fucking neck the size of?
That's
I mean, it's
more-
like fucking 5 feet in circumference. Or like
But
3 feet.
maybe you can run away from the hippo. I mean,
But
if
it's
you
a fight. There's no
Ooh.
running.
Yeah, they're
And
in
we're not
like a
talking
UFC
us.
ring.
We're talking polar bears. So give me the hippo and the tiger all day. I'd love to see that. You know, like I mean, I guess in today's society we wouldn't like we'd get canceled for hosting
Oh,
like
yeah.
animal fights like that. But if like you could have like a gladiator situation and we could get together like animals and throw them in a pit. Because they're gonna kill each other just being so close to each other.
That is true.
I'd love to see that, but
you
like
imagine?
somehow they don't die. That'd be even great too. Like they die, but then we bring them back to life. You know, that'd be cool.
We have ambulances on standby.
Yeah, don't cancel me. I'm sorry. I don't endorse animal cruelty. I just love to see it.
Could you
but-
imagine a hippo before he does that turns to the camera and goes, "One bite, everyone knows the rules."
That's good, Dan. I like that. That's good.
That's
and
good.
guys, as always, we are the Flights of the Round Table podcast. Follow us at FOTRT podcast and anywhere you get your podcasts. And guys, how are the beers tasting today?
I haven't
It's-
one.
So fucking
It's just nice
good.
to have a cold one.
I haven't had
Yeah.
one sip.
Yeah.
Well, that happens.
Taking
Guys,
one right now.
did you see?
Daniel, did you get that?
I got all three of these.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll talk about it.
3
in
out
a
of
sec
4.
To the audience.
What did we see, Dan?
Do we want to talk about Kyler Murray being just a
Let's-
bad person?
Let's say football for the second half, like always.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Unless, what did he do though?
Well, Patrick Peterson was on a podcast and said all Kyler Murray does is think about himself, and then he was at a press conference and said schematically we're fucked.
Well,
But we can talk about that at a different time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Did you want to play a little overrated?
Oh,
underrated?
I do want to play a little overrated, underrated, properly rated. The one thing I want to bring up here, getting a one-shot kill on a sniper in Warzone.
I love that. I mean, that turns me on. It
Overrated, underrated, properly
It really.
rated.
You know what? I'm playing Warzone tonight now. Simple as that. It's simple as that. You just got me going now. But that's underrated. I can just tell you that. That's super underrated. I'm not a sniper, so if I get a pick of a sniper, one shot, bang bang, loving it.
That was 2 shots though. Bang bang.
Oh, one shot.
That was always my favorite part of the game. Like, I sucked at sniping, but like I've had my moments where like I'm just feeling it. I'm on one, right? I remember in Verdansk when Verdansk, it was like 2020, right? It was all of us together.
What a
all
time.
All
What
4
a
of us on this
What a
table.
time. COVID era.
All 4 of us on this table, whatever. We're playing in a game, and we were where it used to be Dam, and then they switched it to the other thing, you know, where you had the zip lines going back and forth,
Yes.
right? And we were at the top, and we had a bounty. We collected a bounty, right? And so the shit showed up on the mini map, our bounty, right? And then I looked from up top, right, and down in the valley, you know, I saw them. I'm like, guys, the team. I called an airstrike, maybe like fucking 20 yards in front of the guys, and they all ran into it. I got 4 downs, 4 of them down, and I go, boys, let's go. And we all jumped in, and I fucking sniped, killed one, and then you guys jumped in and fucking killed everyone else. It was disgusting.
I love that.
That moment right there is like one of my favorite Warzone moments. I love to snipe
wish you would've
suck
clipped it.
because I suck at it. Right, it's really hard, honestly.
Yep.
So it's underrated. It's such a good feeling. It's amazing.
Yeah. Those were the Those were the days.
Yeah, that was
They were.
prime Warzone was
Yeah.
2020. God, what a year.
I feel like we're. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'd probably say underrated too, just because
Yeah.
like I don't even snipe much. So when I do pull that thing out and like get a pop, and then you start feeling it, right? And then then they come after that. You got to get the first one, and then the good times keep on
breaking
rolling.
the seal. You know, you're breaking
Breaking
the
the
seal.
seal.
It's all about just letting the good times roll. I'm gonna echo you guys. Underrated. Getting that clean snipe is nice.
God, I love when we get a clean sweep.
Next one for you guys. Domed stadiums as opposed to outdoor. Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
Overrated.
Oh, wow.
I think that's like technology is a great thing, right? And we use technology for convenience, and playing in a dome is convenient, but I do love the natural elements, man. There's something about the organicness of this being on a real field in a real open area.
I'm gonna say underrated.
And why is that?
Because you know what? Yes, you're right, Drew, but then you get to watch an more incredible game because they're at their peak, they're at their prime, because they have all the elements, perfect conditions. It's a better watch on television, at least.
Okay.
Usually. But I do like the snow games. I have to say that. I do like the snow games. I wish they did the snow games no matter how much snow is on the field.
Well, I mean, if it was like Buffalo 2 weeks ago, that would have been impossible because they projected 6 feet of snow, and the running back in that game was like 5'9" or 5'11". He would have
my
been
God.
under the snow. I mean, how are you going to play that? That's impossible.
I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious until your team loses because you can't find the fucker. He's running through a maze. I wouldn't. You definitely won't think it's hilarious.
Well,
then.
have you ever seen Tremors where that snake's under the ground and like
Yeah.
it breaks up the earth a little bit? Like that's the guy running around with the snow
Yeah.
above him.
But this is the thing. It's not going to be like they're going to have like plowed the whole field. It's not doing 6 feet in 1 hour.
Well, but it kept snowing, so like
That's
you
fine.
You plow the field, but then it'll
be like an inch or 2 or 3. You know,
I don't know about that.
I mean, I guess
And
there
plus,
could be.
you have to put the snow somewhere. You're just going to brush it against the wall,
Yeah.
and you're going to have mountains of.
They make chairs, snow chairs for all the players.
You've heard of
Snow
snowmen,
chairs.
but have you heard of snow chairs? What'd you say, Flo? Underrated or overrated?
So retractable roof domes don't count.
No, just
Like
don't.
Indianapolis or like the Rams, SoFi.
Yeah,
Isn't that a
we'll-
retractable or
we'll say
Jerry
like
World?
late 90s, early 2000 domes.
Because I was going to say it's like domes, if they're retractable roof, when it's perfect weather conditions, like a nice 70 degrees outside, you crack that thing open, still technically a dome, but then you're getting the natural element. But if it's like Minnesota where it's just the roof and that's it, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck, but it's like, it seems a little artificial, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think overrated as well. You know, the thing I ask is, all of these new stadiums are putting all this technology and they're putting enclosed things. Why can't we have an open stadium that has all that technology? Like, why couldn't the Raiders, instead of building the Death Star, open it up and keep it like that and still kept all their features? They didn't need to close that stadium in.
You're right. They really did. Well,
They did it for.
no, that's not true.
They did it down in the ground for a reason, I think.
in September. I mean, Vegas gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
I don't know about September.
But then that takes away from Miami or Tampa Bay. Why are you giving another
Well,
team?
you're right. I mean, yeah, it's true. Miami's hot as tits up until about November.
Boom.
Good
To
point.
answer your question, though, Dan, I would have to say because to make things waterproof is like double the price. So if you have all those features outside, yeah.
So,
No.
don't they have like a thing where they put heaters under the turf of the grass, so if it snows, by the time the snow impacts
They
on
do.
the turf, it melts, but then it gets wet. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
No, they
It gets wet, but they have a drainage system.
Yeah, they have a drainage system underneath on the grass.
But wouldn't the turf still be kind of, or if it's grass, if it's natural grass, wouldn't it still be kind of muddy?
It's not natural grass ever. Then.
Oh, okay.
No. All right, Dan, last one for OPR.
The last one that I want to bring up is that, so after Thanksgiving, you know, we just had it, want to give thanks.
Mm-hmm.
That day after turkey sandwich that you have, overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I'm going to go properly rated just because everyone knows about it. It is a good sandwich, but it's nothing that's going to like make you write to your grandma or anything. So.
What do you put on it?
If I have lettuce, if I have tomato, if I have cheese, if I have mayo, all that goes on.
What about a little stuffing, a little cranberry sauce?
See, then you're getting a little
Yeah.
psychedelic.
So you don't even utilize the other leftovers, the stuffing, the cranberry, the mac and cheese. You don't use any of that.
Okay.
Not on
Now-
the
now you're just
not on
getting
the
out there.
sandwich. Like I like to like take the turkey as like it's lunch meat and make a classic sandwich, and it's just better meat than a classic lunch meat.
That is true, but I usually don't even do that sandwich. I usually just do a whole nother Thanksgiving until I don't have Thanksgiving, and then when I have things that run out, then I might make something if it's like something weird, like only cranberry sauce and something, I don't know, something weird.
So I have had the sandwich one time before, and I threw everything on there. I threw the mac and cheese on there. I threw the turkey, some stuffing.
What about the pumpkin pie? Did you throw that
No,
on?
but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be creative as fuck. But usually what my family does is all the gravy that we have left over, we usually make a fuck ton of gravy, like an absurd amount of gravy, right? And then all the leftover turkey and then like all the other ingredients that are like carbs, like whatever, we throw into a pot and you make like a gravy soup. So I'll throw all the turkey and it's like a giant gravy turkey soup. And that is, it's honestly better. The day after is always better than the day of in my house. It's always.
I don't
That's
like
interesting.
that for you, but that sounds pretty good.
It's really good.
Daniel, would you say his family is psycho for doing that?
Not psycho, but
They did make grilled cheese.
I
and
wish that
waffle
your
maker.
first day was better than your second
Well,
day.
it's only because I think it tastes better when it's in the soup because it's just nothing but gravy broth, and then like the turkey's nice and juicy because it's in the gravy broth. It's better. Turkey's always kind of dry, not always dry, but it actually the way you made it is fucking.
Yeah,
shit was fucking injected with fucking butter. That was ridiculous.
I know a thing or two about injecting.
But typically it's white meat, so it's kind of drier. Then you put the gravy on, and it gets nice and juicy. This way, you throw the gravy or the turkey into a pot of hot gravy. That shit will never be dry. It's like the perfect soup. It's amazing. For the
Yeah.
holidays, you'll gain weight. I can tell you that.
Oh, easy.
Easy.
Dan.
Underrated. I always like it the day after. The thing I wanted to say,
Yeah.
though, so my mom this year, instead of pumpkin pie, did a pumpkin crumble.
Wow.
So, paint a picture. What does that look like?
So it had like the pumpkin pie, like stuff you'd put in,
Yeah.
but then it had like this crumb cake stuff on top and everything.
So it's
It
like a casserole in a square dish.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
hell yeah.
phenomenal.
I bet that was phenomenal.
I made sure I was like, why don't you set me up a little bit? She gave me a little small container. I was like, bigger one.
Vanilla ice cream.
Oh, of course. And then of course, apple pie.
no, that's the best. The apple pie
For
is
the
best.
audience, his mom, I mean, like she can chef up anything. I think you can't limit this woman. She can do anything. But what she's definitely known for in our friend group is the potato salad, which is the best potato salad. It's honestly among like top 10 favorite foods I've ever had all time. I've eaten a lot. I eat a lot.
We've
okay?
honestly mentioned Dan's mom probably 4 or 5 times in this. If you're an avid listener, they're probably just salivating at the thought of his
that
mom.
potato salad is ridiculous. And then her pie game is off the charts. It's off the charts. If we started a business for her, we just ran the business and she just baked the pies. That's a beautiful source of income.
Beautiful.
I can tell you
The
that.
company could be called 3.14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that is
Yeah.
okay. We're fucking. You cut this out of the episode. We're trademarking it. We're starting a pie shop and we're calling
take
it
us a year.
3.14.
No
That is
kidding.
amazing, Drew. That is amazing. That is amazing. If you had a sign that said 3.14 with a little squiggle on top, because you're not going to do
No,
the rest of the numbers,
the point
that
is a pie.
Yeah.
The point is a pie. Like
The point is a pie.
pie.
Wow. I just got
1-4.
I just got
That
turned
is
on.
better than chocolate Chippewas, and I didn't think you could get better.
Wow.
than
Don't be
that.
saying all of our ideas on here.
No, we're cutting some of this out. I can tell you that. But that is genius.
Wow.
You need to pitch that to your mother, and we'll just run the business, and she just mass produces pies.
Yeah. We'll buy her the mixer, the crust. Anything. Bought.
That's fucking genius. And
Yeah,
then
I agree.
the point is the pie. That's a good touch.
That's a good touch. Before we transition here, Daniel, I just want to say, do you have anything crazy you want to say? Just anything crazy. Ridiculous.
The a record-breaking goldfish was caught the other day at around 70 pounds.
I thought those things were fake. Like,
What?
produced?
No.
Yeah.
No way.
Wasn't it in Japan?
70 pounds.
Was it Japanese?
I'm not going to say because I don't know where exactly because I forgot, so I don't want to say. But I do know that.
You sent me that on
It was-
Instagram, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's
it was
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was very ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Did they eat it?
No, they actually let it go.
They let it go.
There you go. Look at that.
67
60,
pound
yeah,
gold.
around
Wow.
almost 70 pounds. Yep.
I
that
wouldn't
thing-
eat that
Look,
if
let
I
me
was
see that
forced
again.
to eat it. That
Look
does-
at how big that thing is. That is
It might
humongous.
be sick.
Yeah, is it pregnant?
Dude, if Jabba the Hutt had a pet, that would be it.
Wow.
Oh my
So
god.
that was definitely an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So.
That is. I mean, how did they catch it? Like classic line and net or fucking crane?
No, I think classic. Yeah, line, and then just, I don't even think he used a net. I think it was so big it just came.
Yeah, honestly, I think if you hooked it right and you reel it in, some people like scoop it out with a net just to make it easier, right? I would just jump in.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what he did. He was waiting.
I
He
would
just
just
waited
jump
in.
in. That thing is not swimming away at all.
Now,
no,
I do
that
want
thing
to.
is
I do want to say one more thing because I do like to list some crazy things. I just thought of it. So San Francisco is now allowing robots with guns
I don't like
in
that.
their
I don't-
city
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That is
to
crazy.
to kill
Could you
people.
imagine if it rains?
What do you
and
mean
those
to
things
kill people? They're just
malfunction?
killing everyone now, or
No,
is this like
you
the
can look it
police?
up. No,
They-
you can
they
look
need a
up. They're
dome.
robots.
You look it up right now. Look it up right now.
They're
live.
robots.
We'll keep going, but you look that up.
They're robots in San Francisco, armed and ready to kill.
Here's the thing.
But kill who? Like
You tell me.
No, you tell
I'm
me.
the-
Yeah.
What do you mean? I
So
tell
are they
you.
supposed to be like policemen, replacing
Yeah.
policemen?
Are they supposed to be
Synthetically?
police Navidad?
Oh, police not. What about like
Because what is this?
Robot
They're just
police.
killing people left and right. now?
RoboCop?
Like
RoboCop.
I don't like that at all.
iRobot?
Yeah, I Robot, scary movie. I don't like that either. You know, one of those, like, it's going to have like a 99.5 like success rate, but I don't want to be on the other side of that 0.05.
I know. I disagree because if you can hack someone's Facebook, you can hack
a
those
robot.
robots. I'm sorry.
Good
That's my
point.
opinion. Maybe, and I know that's probably too simplistic, and there's ins and outs, and they
I don't
probably
like
have
that word.
a hell of a firewall, you know? But, like, someone can hack that, and someone will. And I don't even like Alexas in people's houses. I really don't like
Yeah,
that.
screw those.
I am so against that.
People
It's
are
ridiculous.
listening to you.
Yeah, I would like to say something now. So San Francisco votes to allow police robots to use deadly force. Okay.
Deadly Force?
Yes.
I don't like that. What
so-
do they look
So
like?
the robots.
They have a picture?
Yeah, I don't know exactly here, but that was 13 hours ago. So, just to let you know.
Dude, San Francisco can fuck off. That's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Do you think Dan should fuck off for petting your elbow right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right.
I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that.
Well, that is today's in the news. We got robots with guns, and we got goldfish that are obese.
That is true.
The end.
Both of those things happen.
All right, guys.
A little Daniel
One
segment.
thing we got to get into. He has been a friend group special to us in terms of like making fun of him for over a couple years and the things he eats and this ridiculously buff man, Liver King,
Liver
aka
King.
Brian Johnson.
Liver. That's his name?
Brian Johnson. That's why he
Yes.
chose to not be called that, and he is now the Liver King, and he will never ever be anything else but the Liver King on
Social media.
Steroids.
On
on
steroids.
steroids. There we go, guys.
What's worse about this, guys, is that he promotes this like holistic, like raw diet, right? And then he spent $12K on HGH supplements a month.
A month.
And then also is like there were some other things in there too about like how like helping him with his routine. And it's just what a crook and what a fake.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could look at him and say, you can just tell, like, obviously that guy's on steroids. I don't care how much working out you're doing. Like, you do not look like that, I don't think. I mean, from what I
Naturally, yeah.
could tell, your body isn't like pinkish red all the time, okay?
good point.
And I feel like that's the first key. I don't know anything about any of the steroids at all, but if you're looking pinkish red like an Indian, like Native American Indian all the time, like, I don't know. That's
I did see an episode a TikTok where he was practically purple. I mean, like that's how much red he got. It got so red and pink that it got purple. He looked like his blood vessels were about to explode inside of him. It was the craziest looking thing I've ever seen.
Dude, yeah, that's not natural. But Dan, do you think that's worth the price? Like, think about how famous he got off doing that. So, would that be worth it? You know?
yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe, but now people are going to think he was a fraud. There were multiple times he went on podcasts and shows and said, "I'm not using PEDs."
Oh,
But now,
I mean,
Now
a
he is.
million,
you know,
a
hey, can you
million
hold on?
times.
Wasn't done there.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
He just comes off as a Floyd, I love you. He just comes off as a phony, personally.
Phony.
I'd love to see what the guy looks like without taking the 12,000 a month steroids.
Yeah.
He probably looks like one of us
I don't think he will stop doing that because then he will look like a little
because he's the liver king.
questionable.
Dude,
I saw a bunch of videos of that on TikTok yesterday and today, right? Apparently like a majority of, or like half, up to half of his like followers or like audience, right, is kids, right? So like 18 or under, right? So they're very impressionable kids. I really don't think even with this news, even if he makes a video tomorrow and admits that he's on PEDs, I don't really think he's going to lose more. He's not going to lose more than 25%. I really don't think so. And I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I can't say that like his diet suggestions are actually healthy for you. I mean, he claims they are. He's not the only one that claims fucking eating testicles and liver are good for you. I have no idea. I know I'm not taking a stance one way or another, but I really don't think he's going to hurt that much, to be honest.
yeah, I think some people overlook it.
Yeah. But I mean, he definitely will get smaller. There's like there's a couple other guys that like he's been on. No, he hasn't been on Joe Rogan, but there was another guy that's on TikTok that's been on Joe Rogan. And they talked about him, and he's not inflated like that, like Liver King is. Liver King looks like his shit's just swollen. Everything is big as fuck. They probably still be ripped, but just not as like puffy.
Yeah, he just looks fake, and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Did he say he was going to stop? He's probably going to
he
keep
hasn't
using
come out.
them.
I don't think he's come out and said anything.
Yeah.
No one. He hasn't said a word yet.
Now
but I'm
I want to
waiting.
know, how did people release those emails?
Some guy, I'd have to read the story, but some guy like hacked and found like the letter that he sent to whoever he was either getting the steroids from or a doctor.
Dude,
You see? So if people can hack Liver King's emails, they can hack those police cops
dude,
in San
that
Francisco.
is the worst part about like becoming famous. Is like you are then a target.
You go into a microscope.
Anything you've ever texted,
Yep.
emailed is now could potentially be. Man, 2045 seems scary. Let me just put it that way.
So the saying, people say I want to be rich and famous. I just want to be rich, and no one know how much money I have.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Exactly.
that's the goal. I don't want anyone to know. I could look like a bum every single day. I don't care because I got money in the bank. That's all that matters.
That's
to
more
me.
facts than a nutrition label.
Yep. Oof. Straight facts.
Dan,
That was a good one.
you got one?
I like that. What? And now, no, you kind of took it away there. Wow.
Yeah, you'll get better at it. You'll just start rounding them off. You know.
I'm working
Yeah.
on it. I'm trying to get better.
You just have to think about, even though if you don't say them all the time, like think of them in your head, right? Analogy.
We got away from doing our drafts,
Oh,
and I actually would like to do a
yes.
draft this week.
Cool. Bring it
And
on.
Yeah.
you guys can say you don't like this one, and we can choose another topic. But I think we need to do a sandwich draft.
Yeah, that's good. I
Love
do
it.
like that.
A little sandwich action.
I think
Love
everyone
it.
can relate to that. It's good.
And you're not sitting on the couch over there, so we can actually go around in a nice circle as opposed to a quadrant.
Can still do that.
We should still rock paper scissors. It.
Oh, of course. And 4 rounds?
Best.
Or-
4 rounds of sandwiches.
Yeah,
4
sure.
rounds of rock paper.
I was gonna say that's absurd.
You guys know the rules. Partner up. Rock paper scissors. Rock paper scissors shoot.
Rock, paper.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Second. So
I
Dan's
was gonna go
first.
triple rock too, but I thought you'd switch to paper.
Wait, did you?
I'm fourth.
Oh, so we are gonna order.
Yeah, baby.
Wow, the hands don't lie, baby. The hands don't lie.
With my number 1 pick in the sandwich draft, I'm going to pick a staple. I'm going to pick a Philly cheesesteak.
Good
But
sandwich.
it's not from that Geno's or Pat's bullshit. It is from D'Alessandro's in Pennsylvania. It is damn good. You get the onions, the peppers. We have to go to Cheats. They have a brick and mortar now, and they have a breakfast cheesesteak.
Oh.
We have to go.
I've heard of this actually. Yeah.
Well, you got me a cheesesteak from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go. So give me a Philly cheesesteak as my number 1 pick.
Cheesesteak. Wow. This is kind of hard to think of on the spot a little bit, but I'm just gonna go with a safe, all reliable BLT.
Oh, just a great sandwich.
It's a great sandwich. Crispy, juicy, crunchy.
Do you like the bacon in bits or strips?
Oh, Dan, if you like the bacon and bitch, that's like drinking powdered coffee.
Yeah,
You don't do it.
100%.
You don't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. Powder coffee, no good. I'm gonna go with just a classic too, because it hasn't been said yet. Peanut butter and jelly.
Just a great Sammy.
Great all around. I mean,
Good for lunch.
whatever you
good
want.
for breakfast.
Yeah, whatever, however you like it. Just
Strawberry?
I mean, I personally like any jellies. I usually go a little bit lighter on the peanut butter because I like jelly a lot. But
I do too. I actually go lighter on
and
the
I
peanut
do.
butter.
I'm a guy that adds I do butter on my peanut butter and jelly, just to let you know.
Solid.
That does sound good.
Yeah.
I like Uncrustables are
Oh.
fantastic. I love Uncrustables. God damn.
I always
Right.
wonder why they have to freeze those.
You could just toast them.
I don't
now,
know. I
think.
always
If
wondered.
You just put them in the toaster.
You guys remember
Yeah.
whenever they did the ones with cheese? They had cheese
Yeah,
ones.
the grilled
on
cheese
glass.
Uncrustables.
You never see
Never
those.
Which
seen
takes
those.
me to my first sandwich of grilled cheese. Dude, so fucking classic. That's American childhood right there is grilled
Yeah.
cheese, Like, mom's not feeling it. She doesn't want to cook you shit, Just something easy. It's 2 slices of toast, cut triangular with
like
nice
that.
Kraft American singles in there.
It's literally the George Washington of sandwiches.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
like
It
the
is.
first one you
First
think
one.
of.
First
Ever
one.
got in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, Flo.
Okay, so that's my number 1. We'll snake back to me.
Second round.
A banh mi.
Oh, so good.
Super.
That really is my favorite sandwich of all time, but I think I just had to go with grilled cheese first, American staple, but banh mi.
So some people that are listening may not know, a banh mi is a thinly sliced pork, pickled onions and carrots, and cilantro with hoisin sauce, which is like a sweet Asian sauce. So good.
So good. All right, I'm just gonna. It's super simple, and I had one right before this, and I'm gonna have one right after this because I have another one. A Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So would you just say a fried chicken sandwich? Or would you just say
I would
specifically?
say I said specific, but you could say chicken sandwich.
Yeah, we'll say
but
chicken, but like that's the
it's a
one
chick-
you would want.
Yeah, it's the Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
chicken. You know what I need.
Yeah, you're being specifically.
It's so good.
I
Yeah.
stay on the West Coast, but I don't know.
It's so good. Hey, I fuck with it.
You can't argue with that, guys. Great choices so far. I'm gonna go with an underrated sandwich. If you get the au jus right, a French dip.
Oh,
Wow. A French dip. Didn't think it was near your number 2.
Cheesy
Yeah,
with
it's
that. Loosens everything up.
Yeah.
you just.
I
like
that. I like that.
With my final pick, I'm gonna pick a Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get the
Love Cuban.
pork, the pork pickles, the mustard. If you do the bread, you have to do the bread right. If you give me some soggy bread, it sucks. But if you get the nice toasted bread,
Super buttery.
let me tell you, I'm a big fan. And then I guess switching back to me, got to do a Reuben sandwich, boys. You knew it was
Yeah.
coming. A nice Reuben sandwich.
Is your first name Garcia?
Well,
'Cause
Garcia
of the
Reuben, but pastrami Reuben.
Pastrami.
Not
Reuben.
corned beef.
Pastrami.
Pastrami Reuben.
I like
Wow.
that. I like that.
That's a good switch. You lived in New York. Did you go to Katz's and ever order
I
a
always-
pastrami?
I almost got pastrami. Always got pastrami.
Wow.
It's good.
Is pastrami pork or
No, it's beef.
Beef. Okay.
I think, yeah.
Pig or cow?
Yeah, beef. Cow.
Beef, maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's beef is cow.
yeah.
Moo or oink? I'm not hearing this. Okay, I guess for me, I'm gonna go with Italian sub. You know, it's in my blood. I'm like 13% Italian. Take it for what it is, but it's one of those like very harsh meats, but you cool it off with mayo and dressing and cheese and great sub.
I like it.
I'm gonna go to my North Carolina-ish. I don't know. I've been here for a while, so we're gonna go with the barbecue sandwich, and that's a little
Like
you
a
know,
pulled pork
or
or,
pork.
a brisket.
I could do either, honestly, but I would just say barbecue sandwich because you can do like could be a lot of different barbecues. So
Fair.
Sure.
Okay, my third is gonna be the lox bagel, like from a Jewish deli. Lox, capers, onions, tomato, cream cheese on an everything bagel. That is out of this fucking world. If you get it at the
Fire.
right deli, and
Oh,
there's
hold
only
on, time
one
out.
deli in Charlotte, North Carolina that you go to, and that's Poppy's Bagels
Poppy's.
off Sharon Amity Road. Phenomenal.
I don't consider that a sandwich though.
Why?
Just 'cause
Poppy's is kind of overrated.
that's
to
a
be honest.
bagel. That's simply a bagel with
Two forms of slander right here. You
And
go
they-
first. How?
it's a bagel, and second off, they just put another bagel to make it look like a sandwich, and it shouldn't be that way. It should just be what it is without the other one on top. So that's double.
That's too
what I would say.
nitpicky.
Yeah.
So I think based off our logic and everything we've done, I think it should count. It's bread with meat put together.
Yeah.
Two
Let's not do
pieces.
this again, okay?
Well, then I'm just saying you
Let's not-
you get that
let's
there.
not do this
You're not
again,
looking
okay?
at it and going, "Oh, that's soup." I mean, what is this? You look at it and you go, "That's a sandwich."
It's a bagel sandwich.
Yeah, it's not a pizza. I don't. It's not a taco.
Fine.
I agree. Well,
Okay.
Florian, fourth
let you
pick,
win.
fourth and
And
last
fourth pick. I'm gonna stay in the bagel family because I've had it too. A
Boo.
bacon, egg, and cheese. Oh, that's so good.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Bacon, egg, and cheese. Salt, pepper, ketchup. Boom.
little hot sauce.
No, not for that one. I would put hot sauce on many things, but not for that one.
Not for that one. Daniel, last sandwich.
You caught me off guard there because I thought we were only doing 3. So
Well, we're doing last sandwiches.
I'm gonna go with
Oh,
a
we're doing 4. Sorry.
with wow. Have we said ham and cheese already?
Nope.
I'm gonna just say a straight ham and cheese.
On nice on Wonder
White,
Bread.
white bread, mayo, ham, and American cheese, and that's it.
Dude,
Like,
bang.
Yeah. You go ahead,
That's
Florian.
like the sandwich you get after you get out of the pool. A bag of Doritos and a ham and cheese sandwich.
Yeah, it's like you need like a 3-pointer off the bench in the end of the game. You just pull out the ham and cheese, does one thing good.
Yeah, it's very good.
I need to eat one of those now.
Yeah.
I wish I had some ham. For my last sandwich, we'll let the controversy go in, but a gyro.
Oh, yeah, that's controversial. You really wanted to start a war, don't
You
you?
really do, because that's more of a taco than a freaking. I don't even want to talk about this. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
just let bygones
That-
be bygones. Dan, you go.
don't like.
Hey,
that
I'll
at
put it
all.
on 2 pieces of rye if you want me to.
An
that's-
Elvis. Hey, for me, an Elvis sandwich.
Oh, is that the banana, peanut butter,
Banana,
bacon?
peanut butter, honey, and bacon on a sandwich.
All right.
It is a
Ooh.
beautiful breakfast.
Dan, if you really
like
eat
that.
that,
No, I have
What is
had
wrong
that.
with that?
say that again. Banana?
Banana, peanut butter, honey, and bacon.
on like a baguette roll.
Yeah. What?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. I've had it. It's actually really good.
All right, guys, let us know who won the sandwich draft. Which 4 would you rather be stuck with? Let us know.
I think before we jump into our next topic, Florian, what have you drinking on already?
Yeah, I'm done with my beers already, as always. I think today's episode is a record breaker, so I was just slamming it back. We're going to go left to right. We're going to start with Brain Spill from Decadent Ales. It is a double IPA with African Queen hops and blueberry puree.
I have never heard of African Queen hops.
Yep,
Yeah. Well, that's why I got it.
it's very good. Yeah, it's a very good beer. This one's got to be my favorite one on the docket. It's given like the time of year, the season, the holidays. Grandma's Apple Pie Goza from Westbrook Brewing Company. Aren't they in Charleston? Yep, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Yeah, they are. They make I think they make exclusively Gozas, or like that's like their favorite thing because they make a lot of good sour beers. That was fantastic. I liked that a lot. Next, we have Crooked Run Fermentation. It's an ultra meringue. Okay, it's very interesting.
That apple pie is not bad.
Oh, it's an imperial
That apple
sour
pie's not bad.
with lemons, honey, vanilla, and graham cracker spices. 9%er.
Did you say Manila?
Nope. Very good. Very
9%er.
strong. 9%er.
Wow, I like that
That's a heavy hitter.
It tastes so good for a 9%.
Tastes fantastic. Yeah, and then last but not least, from a Charlotte staple, probably Dan's favorite brewery in the city. You sure would get a lot of beers from there. It's kind of fitting with Dan, a participation trophy IPA from Sycamore. It's really good, and I'm not a big IPA guy, and I like it. So, boom.
You say that a lot, Florian, which makes me think that you're growing on the IPAs.
When I first turned 21, I went on an IPA kick.
We had IPA day.
And that was like Dan's fondest moment of me, is when I was all about IPAs, and then I kind of weaned off of it. But hey, a good IPA is a good IPA.
That's true. Well, that's, guys, what we're drinking on. As always, we're going to get into some football, but I did want to ask you guys one more thing here.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So last episode, we talked about when is it acceptable to start drinking for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So when is the acceptable time to wash your sheets in terms of how long it should be between washes?
I think once
2
a
weeks.
month.
Yeah, I give it a 2-week thing unless it's ultra ripe, meaning you've either had a 2-week stretch
Where you got that stank.
where say you didn't have time in the morning to work out, and so you hit the gym really late, like long days at work, right? You get home really late, but you're still feeling a nice workout, right? You hit the gym, but you're bushed afterwards. You don't even have time to cook or anything. You reheat something, you eat it in bed, and you go to sleep.
Dude,
then
I don't
you got
know.
to do it early.
I feel like 99% of people would bite the bullet and take that 5-minute shower.
I would.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't.
I've done it. You're right.
Funky.
I've done it once or twice in my life, but like 99% of the time, I'm biting the bullet. I'm taking that shower.
Yeah. So the thing is, I ain't gonna lie to you. I've exposed myself here, so I'm just gonna rock with it. But I do clean the sheets like
So
that,
you
that
recognize
weekend.
it,
But that
yeah.
weekend, right? So like that weekend, I'm cleaning the sheets, right? Because it is what is.
That's fair.
Ladies, if you want a man who doesn't shower after he hits the gym after a long day, this is your guy right here.
Yeah.
Hey.
He makes it nasty and he likes it nasty.
Yeah, I make a nasty.
That's a funk boy. Florian's like about to head out to work and his sheets are just yelling at him. Wash us!
Yeah, it's like in cartoons when you see the squiggles of stank and it's green.
Like SpongeBob when he ate the peanut sundae.
Yeah, but again, I just want to reiterate: I wash them that weekend. So it's either 2 weeks of just regular stank, right, or less than 1 week of
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're hitting the 3-week range, I'm not going to dog on you. We've all done it. Sometimes it's hard to get it done every 2 weeks. Vacation, work, travel, children. I think after 3 weeks, you really got to start looking yourself in the mirror.
Who here's got the children?
I do
say,
sometimes.
I will say, I feel like you
To
watch it.
clarify, he has his nephews come by every couple of weeks to stay with him for the weekend.
Sorry, Dan. Go ahead and clarify.
I think if you have a dog that sheds and a cat that sheds, like myself, you'll wash them
That's a
much
good X
more
factor.
frequently.
That's a good
Like I
X
think
factor.
Karen, it's at least a week and a half.
Okay, but you made me think of something. That's a good point, Dan. So if you have a significant other sleeping with you, it's double the funk. So I do think you have to think about increasing that rate with 2 people in the bed.
That's the thing. Then she cleans it because she's
I have
in
a-
charge.
I have a king size bed. We have plenty of room on there.
It's a great wall of China.
Yeah, there.
I do too, but I still would like clean sheets.
Like, what if it's that
Yeah,
time
no,
of the
I
month?
don't clean any
you know?
more than like because I'm usually on my side. She's on her
That's-
side.
yeah.
I mean, we sleep together too, but
then,
obviously.
But then
like,
she's cleaning because she's probably more conscious of it than us, right? Like we can drag that son of a bitch out, you know. Whereas she's probably like, okay, it's time to clean the sheets. So probably like a weekly thing at that point.
Yeah.
If
Well,
it gets too stanky, no. That's what I think.
guys, so we had someone comment on our social media and said, "You guys, how do you come up with this random shit?" Well, that was 40 minutes of a lot of random shit. So
yeah, and that's what we like to do. Random.
Okay,
shit.
so if that person's watching, you just get a flight of beers and 3 of your best friends, and believe me, topics like that just roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
I mean, it really isn't hard.
that was
Yeah.
clockwork.
we do it all day, every day.
Yeah.
Easy money sniper.
But Dan,
Broncos country, let's die. Speaking of Broncos country, let's die. Did you guys see what happened this weekend with him?
Yeah, he got yelled at by
He got yelled at by an offensive
He did.
lineman, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta
Russell
like.
Wilson.
I think I saw a report come out today. Well, 2 I saw yesterday and today. Apparently, Nathaniel Hackett. It's not an if, it's a when he's gonna get canned. And then Russell
Yeah.
Wilson apparently has lost teammates in the locker room. Like it's so bad that opposing players are starting to do like the taunting of Russell Wilson. Like
Yeah.
what the hell happened?
Everyone that picked the Broncos to win the division, raise your
Jeez,
hand.
I think they
Raising
did.
it.
It was either them or the Raiders. And
but
jeez.
everybody in here at least picked them second. Okay.
I don't think I did. I actually think I picked the Chargers.
All right.
I
well,
believe I did.
we're gonna run that tape back, but
Yeah, run that tape back, but I think I
Run
picked
that
the
bitch
Chargers.
back.
I'm running it back.
I'm not gonna lie.
Daniel's
yeah.
a Chargers horse, so he probably did pick the Chargers.
No, I did say I thought 3 of those teams could make the playoffs.
We did. We
That
said
I
that.
did say, but I think I picked the Chargers second.
So I think you have to go the coach, right? You've invested a lot of money into Russell Wilson. You can win back a locker room. He still is talented. Something's just not right. I think you nix the coach and you do the Russell experiment again. It's so hard to find a good quarterback. Like, you've invested that much. He's
Yeah.
had such a long history. You run it back with him.
There's no way they're going to can Russell Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett, look,
I think
some
the dead
coaches,
cap is like $100 million if they cut him.
yeah,
Yeah.
some
fuck
coaches,
that.
some coaches are just meant to be coordinators, right? Like it's not just about knowing the X's and O's as a head coach. It's about personnel. It's about man managing, right? You have to. You're talking about a locker room of 50-something guys that are all making millions of dollars,
At
right?
least 400,000, not a minimum.
Exactly. The egos are through the roof. Okay, so like hey, some NFL coaches like Nick Saban, they didn't cut it in the NFL, right? Because they can't get the way they coach does not resonate with grown men. It's better suited
Exactly.
for college. And then there's some coaches that are just X's and O's guys, but they don't have that it's an intangible skill to manage people, right? And some people don't have it. Nathaniel Hackett was a great offensive coordinator for Aaron Rodgers got mad when the Packers let him go.
Yep.
Right? So because he's an X's and O's guy. He's the guy that helps Aaron Rodgers call or run plays or whatever. So it just is what it is. It's not meant to be. It's very obvious Nathaniel Hackett needs to go. But
Yep.
you keep Russell. You have to.
Is that Seahawks-Broncos trade considered one of the worst in NFL history?
Yeah, right now.
From a Broncos perspective,
Dude,
yes.
the Seahawks are doing well, and they're
Yeah.
about to have, like, I think a top 5 pick right now. And I think the Rams are going to give the Lions a high pick, too. So, I mean, you just wonder. We talked about it worked out for Matt Stafford. I mean, the book hasn't been written on Russell Wilson yet, but still, you got to think people are going to look back on that trade and say it either really derailed the Broncos or it ended up paying dividends.
Yeah.
So, let's die.
I mean, right now, obviously, the Seahawks are looking like the easy winners, but just like anything in the NFL, it's going to come with time. So,
True.
That's true.
you have
Yeah.
you have another football topic for us, Dan?
I do have another football topic. No, I don't want to go there. I was gonna say
Deshaun?
no.
Yeah, don't go there.
Well, he
think it is
does
time to
make
say
his
something.
he does make his return this week. I mean,
Yeah.
what are your guys' expectations for him?
Not too high, just because.
Eh.
Well, so how long has he had any practice time with the first team?
It
All
was
year?
training camp, and I think he's been able to be there for
The last
2
couple of weeks.
now.
Yeah, the last few weeks, I think, maybe even 2 to 11 for
Okay,
sure.
2 weeks. I mean, it is something better than nothing, but I mean, like you have preseason, and that's 3 weeks, right? And then some quarterbacks are still rusty week 1, right?
But the good ones don't play
He's
in
good,
the preseason.
bro.
We should respectfully consider him
Right,
a
but
good
then-
quarterback, not a
but
good
then-
human being.
Okay, but
Quarterback.
they do still have a grace period where they don't have their best games week 1 and week 2,
Sure.
right? I mean, week 1 is why, like the last 2 years now, has been considered week 4 of the preseason, even though it's a regular season 1 game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there,
So,
is there any way that he can just get yanked again, though, from like what happened?
No. It'd be crazy.
No, and that's what I wanted to, and I'm gonna walk a very. If you guys tell me, I did see apparently 10 of the women, as well as the attorney for the women, are gonna be at his first game. Is that like?
Interesting.
Isn't that like? I don't know. Do you guys find that maybe a little weird?
Is it from a protest standpoint?
I think it's a psychological
I would
standpoint.
say.
I think there was a
haven't seen anything
lot
about
of these
protest,
girls,
but
though.
it could be like a psychological thing. I don't know.
Wasn't there like 100 of them? And like you might as there's just like a 10% chance that, or like there's a 100% chance that 10% of those girls go. So it's 10 of them, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. There wasn't 100. At least I don't think it was.
No,
100. It was
I
like
thought it was.
No, it was like
Are you-
22.
Are you
It was
asking, do you
22.
think that affects Deshaun Watson's mentality in the game? Is that
Yeah.
what you're kind of
Well,
asking? And I would say no, because he is a professional. And if he had the audacity, might be the right word, to go through and do what he did
Yeah.
and be okay with it and stand on the podium and not really apologize at all, then I don't think he cares that much. And so I don't think that will affect him.
Yeah, that's a good call. I just wanted to get your guys' opinion on that because I did see that.
Is he going to start?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
You're paying the guy a lot of money. So, we'll see what happens with them. They beat the
I
Buccaneers.
think he'll have a good game.
Yeah, I do too.
I do.
Were they playing?
The Texans.
Texans, who everyone has
Yeah,
slaughtered.
you can. You can. He'll probably have a good game.
Rough first half, rough first quarter.
Yeah.
I think he turns it on.
I mean, the roster is good enough to like keep the Texans at bay. Even if the Texans are winning like 7-3 at halftime, that's enough. That's close enough to where in the second half he can turn it on.
Right. I mean, the Browns have been a average, slightly below average team without him. Jacoby can't really make any elite plays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Deshaun can make some elite plays. Deshaun doesn't even have to have a perfect game for them to win. He just has to make a few long runs and a
Yeah.
couple elite throws, which he can do.
Yeah.
I want to, let's go around. Who wins that game real quick? I say Browns.
I say Browns.
Browns.
Okay.
Just curious. Even without him, I think the Browns would probably win that game. Texans are
Yeah,
one
I
nine
would
and
still
one.
pick them.
I just want to know betting wise, it's a good bet.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we all four, it's like might as well bet on it.
Well, were the Browns favored by like what? Probably 4, 5.5. That's what I would guess.
The Browns are favored by 7.
Wow.
Shows you.
So I just want to get into those couple things for you guys. I think
Yeah.
you guys want to pick some games.
Yeah. Let's
Pick
go.
'em.
I think, I'm not gonna be biased, but I think we start with Philadelphia and Tennessee. I think that's one of the
Okay.
better 1 o'clock
I agree.
games. For
That's
this.
that's a really good 1:00 game. Wow.
Remember, the rules are you have to say the home team.
Where's it at? Yeah. Where's
in Philly. Philly's favored by 5.5.
Philly wins, but I think Tannehill is very good this year. He has been complete. When I've watched him, he's accurate. He's completing his passes. He's looking like he could even go to the Super Bowl. I'm serious. When the game that I watched, he looked like he could go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves Tannehill.
Question for you.
I don't really love Tannehill, but when I'm watching him, he makes me love him.
So you love him.
I don't love him.
Dan,
He makes me love him.
how many points did Hurts get you or Sunday night? How many points? Did he get you?
He always gives me 29 around.
Yeah. Set the
Yeah.
NFL record for
But
rushing yards.
you said 5.5.
Yeah, that's
5.5 in Philly.
But we're not picking the spread.
We're just picking straight up.
But
Straight up,
Flurry needs to know who's home.
Look,
Philly.
I don't care. You guys dog me all you want about home field advantage. It is the single biggest X factor in the NFL.
I mean,
it is what it is.
I'm not going to agree with that, but I definitely want to know who the home team is if we're picking games.
How do you not agree with that?
I don't think it's the single biggest X factor. That's what I don't agree
70,000
with.
people cheering you on versus booing you. That's a big deal. Sorry.
I don't know if the stats would support that.
Who you bet? Who you taking? Who you taking
Brian's
with
like,
the
"Fuck
spread? With the
you."
spread, you take Titans or Eagles with spread?
With the spread?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to pick the Titans.
Okay.
We can't do both.
Can't do that. Just real quick, I want to know because you already. What about you? That's it.
I'd probably take Tennessee in the points. Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm
So
picking
without
Eagles
the
straight
points,
up. Eagles
I'm
straight up.
picking Eagles straight up.
I agree.
AJ Brown take all the overs on his props. Whatever,
Yeah.
over 1 touchdown, receptions, yards.
I did see
take it over.
notification that AJ Brown said that Titans fans hate him. Hate him.
Probably. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is our receiver,"
But
Gone.
they didn't want to pay him, so
Yeah.
that's completely on them.
True. So hate the front office.
So it sounds like Philadelphia here. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be a better conversation,
Yeah.
just because the two teams are actually good.
Yeah, really good. No, that is a great 1 o'clock game.
Most of us are agreeing with the the Titans with the points. So
Go ahead, Dano.
Two of the hottest teams, 4:05 game. Miami, San Francisco.
that's a great game. I love that.
Miami is 49ers are at home,
Yep.
and they are favored by 4. They
Yeah.
are -4.
It's a lot.
But let me say one thing: Christian McCaffrey is not playing.
It's a big X factor. It's a huge
What?
X factor.
Yeah, he is out for 2 games. So he's not to return till week 14.
Jesus.
And
When did that come out?
Last week, or yeah.
He played this past week.
Yeah,
So then
and
within
he got
the
hurt.
last week,
they had a
yeah.
crystal ball.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So,
let me check
couple
for you then.
things. Mike McDaniel, Jeff
Baller.
Wilson, and at least Mike McDaniel and Jeff Wilson, former 49ers. Jeff Wilson got traded to Miami from the 49ers 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel, offensive coordinator of the 49ers last year.
Mm-hmm.
Have inside scoop until he knows exactly what Shanahan likes to run. Both of them are, he's a disciple of Shanahan, both offensive gurus. You think that's an edge for the Dolphins?
I think it's a psychological edge.
Yeah.
And
They
I do
definitely
think
changed calls around.
Probably would. And I think Mike McDaniel is going to want this game even more, and the players love him, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he really is a cool guy.
Yeah.
And
Where's the Aviators?
I think the Dolphins win this game. I think 4 is way too much.
Wow.
For a
4's a
spread.
lot of points.
I'm not even. Yeah, straight up, I got Dolphins.
Straight up, I'm gonna go with my Finns too because this is the first game of a 3-game road trip. Okay, it's at 49ers next week, at the Chargers the week after that, at the Bills.
Right.
Okay,
So you want to take the Bills game off, right?
A 2 out of 3 wins would be huge for the season. Okay,
For the season.
so I would really like. I think the Dolphins can get this win. And I think they will.
I think it does come down to the McCaffrey situation. He's a huge factor right now,
Big factor.
and he's questionable, Dan. So he could come back, but he is beat up apparently. He didn't.
He always is.
He didn't practice today.
It's 5 years in a row.
I think it's not more so going to come down to Christian McCaffrey. That offense can operate without him. They did it before he was there.
It's true.
It's going to come down to the defense getting
Yeah.
pressure on Tua. I saw Teron Armstead is questionable.
Yes, it's huge.
It's all going to come down to them getting pressure on Tua and causing him to get routed because Houston got no pressure. And
No.
anytime you give Tua more than
2 seconds.
2-3 seconds, bro, it's out. It's quick. And for me, it's going to come down to a defensive battle. And I'm personally going to take the Dolphins because I think right now the 49ers are smelling themselves. The media is like hyping the 49ers out of the water. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they're playing great right now, but I think the Dolphins are just a better team
Yep.
all around.
Can you see this game playing out where it's a high-scoring game? We'll
Hell
call
yeah.
it like a 35-32 with 2 minutes left, and then Tua gets a 2-minute drill. And, it comes down to that last drive, and either the Dolphins win it or the 49ers' offense really does stop them. Not because they'll cover Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, because they'll get pressure on Tua. Right? I could see that really being a high-scoring game, and it comes down to one play, and that's what makes or breaks it. Like the Super Bowl last year with the Rams and the Bengals. It comes down to a sack. It comes down to a defensive play from the line. That's how I can see this ending. I'm not going to lie.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'm eager to see kind of how the game goes there. That's gonna be a fun one. Did you guys see your game got flexed next week?
What do you mean flexed?
Like you guys are now Sunday night
Really?
next week. You and the Chargers.
Finn's Chargers?
Finns Chargers.
Oh,
are now
let's
Sunday night.
go, baby.
It's like, does the guy even keep up with his team?
Dolphins
Get that
are
on Twitter.
staying in California
That's
2
smart.
weeks in a row
That's
because
smart.
and apparently I heard this today when the schedule dropped in May. They asked the NFL, they petitioned or they filed some sort of thing where they said, because they knew it was going to be 49ers and then the Chargers, they asked them, can we make these back-to-back so we can just stay in California? So they're not going to be in Miami for 2 weeks. They're going to be in San Francisco, and then they're going to practice all week at some other facility, God knows where in California, and then they're going to play in Los Angeles. Back-to-back, not going back to Florida.
The year Philly won the Super Bowl, that's what they did when they had to play the Rams in Seattle. They just stayed over there. So
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Makes sense.
Fair enough.
That's a good little thing. The
It
year
is. Final game here, and I think these are the two hottest teams in football right now outside of Philadelphia. Jacksonville and Detroit. Both teams playing. I mean, dude,
that is not what I
That's
thought
not
you
what
were.
I picked either. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, the last few weeks, yeah.
last
Sure.
few weeks, I thought they've been
Okay.
playing
Pretty good.
decent, and it's kind of a toss-up between the two. So I wanted to give us a final game.
Yeah.
That's a little difficult.
Anytime I think the Detroit Lions should probably win, they don't win. I know they've been hot lately. I'm going Jags.
Lions are at home, and the Jaguars are favored by a point.
Okay, so
sense.
when you say hot, are they both on winning streaks?
I actually think so. I think Detroit has won 3 out of their last 4.
Okay, and Jacksonville?
Couldn't tell you, but I think they're on a win streak.
I think it's like 2 out of the last 3.
I'm just gonna
Perhaps.
go. This is a classic one because they're both really not good teams where home field really does matter. Mock me all you want. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna go with Detroit.
You're not a beaver
Okay.
because you don't give a damn.
That's good. That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I think I go with the home field advantage here. I think the
Thank you.
Detroit. Yeah, No, I
you.
agree.
This man did a 180 on
It's
us.
so close. Wait. I want to wait.
It's Detroit.
Who's what's the score? What's the points right now on that game?
I don't know.
It doesn't start till Sunday.
Jacksonville -1. Nobody has scored a point yet.
Yeah, I'm going with Detroit.
Yeah.
Jacksonville. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing phenomenally right
Ah.
now. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, he's playing really,
Dude,
really well right
him
now.
and Fields.
T lost.
Dougie-
Skinny play a big boss.
Dougie P's got him playing well. I think they have a better defense that'll upset Jared Goff and shut down the run game. Amon-Ra will still have his, but I think the Jaguars take the cake there.
I see a lot of points in the future in that game.
The over-under is 51.5. That's big.
That's huge. What the heck?
I think it goes over.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you. Could you speak into the mic?
Yeah, I think it goes over.
For that game?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think it could, for sure. I mean, Lions have a great offense.
So those are our 3 picks for the week.
Now it's time for the last pick of the last segment of our show. The show where you can make some money. Daniel's a doofus going 3 straight wins.
We're going
what do you
for
got,
4.
Daniel?
We are going for 4, and you know what? It feels good to be on a little bit of a win
I
streak.
think I got you onto that win streak. After I pushed, you have won since.
Competition
I don't
breeds
know
excellence.
how that makes sense.
Competition brings that's
Because
why
I'm the one that's choosing the games and winning.
Yeah, I'm saying after he fucked up, you
Okay,
have
fair
been on
enough.
fire.
Yeah, you
So
got
it's a
mad
good thing
that
he
he
fucked
was taking it over, and you said, "Wow, I'm gonna fuck this shit up now. That's my job," and you took that job.
I took it back.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the games that we are going to talk about, the 2 games that it's between is we're going to do not the Redskins, the Commanders again, and so Commanders and Giants is the one game, and I'll tell you the line there. It is Washington -2.5.
Chase Young is going to play.
Nice. Chase Young. Nice. Okay.
And then the 49ers and the Finns.
And the 49ers and the Finns is
And
the other one.
what's the line there?
And that
If we didn't
is-
already say it, I don't remember.
Yes, it was 4. San Francisco -4. I think it's, gosh, that's really, I think we go Dolphins here, but that's,
I do too. It seems like a game the Giants can win. They haven't been playing good, but like
I don't know about that. Minus
I know,
2.5.
Okay.
The Commanders are riding a 2 or 3 game win streak.
Yep,
If
they are.
the thing I'll say about the Giants is that if they are not in Dallas last weekend, they win that game. There are a lot of calls that would not have been made in the Meadowlands that were made in Jerry World.
I know, but I think the 2 game win streak that the Commanders are on is well earned, and it looks like they kind of turned the tide. Plus, I think they're above 500, and they could potentially make the playoffs as well. You could have 3.
That'd be
You could have 4 teams from the NFC East making the playoffs. That's unreal.
Yeah.
And they're all hot. I don't know. That Commanders game looks pretty good, and Washington's at home.
It's a really hard decision, I think. This week is probably one of the hardest decisions we've had in a long time between choosing
look,
games.
I am the Dolphins fan here, and while I do say I think the Dolphins can keep it close and even win the game, I think the safer bet is to go with the Commanders just because of home field. And Tua and company on they just moved it's a 4:00 game, 4:25, whatever it is, right? 4:05. I mean, it's almost like a national stage game, right? You only have like 2 other games going on at that time. It's a little bit more pressure. And then you have the whole McDaniel-Shanahan dynamic. I don't know. It's like that is kind of a toss-up, so I think the sure thing would be Commanders, in my opinion. I think.
I think they're both kind of toss-up games, but we're getting more points with the Dolphins. That would be my only reasoning there.
yeah, and I like that too.
Okay.
But Daniel, do what you think is best.
Yeah, you lock it
You're
in.
the one who's on fire.
Here's the thing. I like the more points of the Dolphins, but the Commanders, I like that I've taken them the last 2 weeks and we've won. And
Yeah.
they've won.
We're riding the Commanders
So-
hot.
So what should we do?
Well, you decide, Daniel.
I know.
I feel like
know.
I feel like you're 50-50 on a T right now.
I know. I really am, and I've never been like this.
Commanders.
Why don't we flip a coin?
Commanders.
Anyone have a quarter in their pocket?
Commanders. What do you say?
I say Commanders.
The vibes are Commanders.
Let's
The
go
vibes.
Commanders. We're going Commanders. Everyone go once Commanders. Let's go Commanders.
Yeah.
Let's go Commando.
Commanders minus 2.5 at Giants.
We're taking it. We don't even need any points. Fuck them. We're gonna beat them.
I love it.
Love that. Yeah.
You want to know what sucks?
What?
Sunday night football is the Colts again in primetime against
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Sweet. Way
Penis
to flex
colada.
that game.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, before we get out of here, we haven't done it in a couple weeks. Do a little good thing of the week action
Nice.
because we haven't done that. So Florian, I'm throwing it to you.
Honestly, this week started off kind of rocky. I'm not gonna lie. Good thing of the week. Germany plays tomorrow, World Cup. Hopefully we get through. We play Costa Rica, the easiest game of the group. I'm gonna say good thing of the week. U.S. qualified for round of 16.
Boom.
Bingo, bango. Damn.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say good thing of the week hasn't happened yet, but it's on Saturday, and there's gonna be a lot of UFC, a lot of nice, good food,
Can-
and
Oh, yeah,
everyone's
that's-
coming over.
Can you
right,
explain who's fighting? Like I asked Drew, who's fighting?
It's Thompson and Holland.
Oh yeah, it's Wonder Boy and Kevin Holland.
Yeah, Wonder Colin Kevin.
Yeah, that's the fight, but there's gonna be many other ones, and I loved it. I'm honestly actually starting to like prelims a lot now because I've really gotten into UFC lately. So I would love for you guys to be over there.
Probably
You know?
come over later.
You should
A little
start-
later.
yeah,
like
well.
8-9 o'clock.
Yeah,
give or take.
we'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah.
For me, just having the family over for Thanksgiving. Everybody came down. Most people in my family came down and hosted it, cooked a turkey, and it was a good time. So
Yeah.
broke in the house.
Good thing of the week. Liz 2 years sober yesterday.
Beautiful.
So that's
Liz is Dan's sister.
that's my sister. That's my good thing of the week.
That's
boys.
amazing.
That's a
Shout
great
out-
thing of the week.
Shout out to you, Liz.
Yeah, good job, Liz.
Lizzo.
All right. Lizzo. Okay.
No, I forgot that name's already taken.
But it's time to get out of here, boys.
Peace.
Set.
End it right there.
Drew is
Drew
ready
said,
to go.
"Fuck this. I'm out of here." You probably have to go to the bathroom, huh?
No, I'm good.
Wow, I'm pretty impressed.
I'm shocked.
Well, I haven't been partaking in the festivities. So
That's true. I really have to piss.
all right.
Okay.
Well, Dan.
Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been episode 52 of the Flights of the Round Table podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, wonderful week, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Don't forget to wash your sheets.
Prost.